know, maybe in most other cases it's enough.
Yeah, Snorlax is going to protect itself this turn, probably wants to fight when Trick Room is in play. Gengar's Sludge Bomb will deal with this Ludicolo, so finally Alex losing a Pokemon. It's taken Alberto a while, but it's not an awful place, especially when you can set up a Swords Dance on your Landorus. This makes it nigh on impossible now for Alex to get that Trick Room back in play. Disguise is busted from earlier in the game, so as soon as that Mimikyu hits the field, he's going to have to try and hit it with the Tectonic Rage. Salamence is going to help out a little bit. It's not Mega Evolved. It's going to be able to drop one of those stages of Swords Dance, but it's not going to be too easy, I think, for Alberto. He's going to have to play this perfectly. His win condition relies on the fact that Gengar means there's no switching from Alex.
Yeah, and I find it really interesting, especially that we saw the Salamence take the field here. I mean, it's probably one of the, you know, more solid Mega Pokemon, but it has to worry about, you know, an Ice-type attack. We saw Icy Wind, I believe, on Gengar earlier on stream. It has to worry about the Rock Slides from that Landorus, and, you know, it just seems like one of those kind of plays where maybe he didn't want Mimikyu on the field quite yet, and he knew that Salamence probably wouldn't be helpful under Trick Room, so might as well at that point.
Yeah, well, we are going to see the Tectonic Rage from this Landorus. Knows there's no switching. Going to try and knock out the Snorlax after the Swords Dance, so that Salamence switching could become absolutely essential if it does mean he's able to take this hit comfortably. He has already taken some damage from the Sludge Bomb, so a +1 Landorus is going to get the knockout on Snorlax. The Pokemon count is leveled up, and Alberto Lara is definitely not out of this one right now.
Yeah, I really liked how he used the Z move there. I think that was something maybe he was trying to, you know, wait until last minute to try and reveal that he was able to, you know, knock out a Snorlax with the help of the Swords Dance. So he still has a bit of an uphill battle for him here. You know, we know the Gengar is going to move first and could either Shadow Ball the Salamence or maybe look for a knockout on that Mimikyu with either of its attacks, but instead going for a double protect.
Gengar gets the second protect. Salamence is going to waste a turn attacking into it with the double edge, wants to get rid of it. Mimikyu's Shadow Claw, though, will hit this Landorus, moving before the Landorus, and Landorus is forced to Rock Slide right now. It's going to get good damage down on both. Not quite bring them under half, but leave them teetering just above that 50% mark. This Salamence really wanted to land that double edge on Gengar, didn't get it, and now Landorus, even with just one stage of boosted attack, is staging the comeback for Alberto Lara.
Well, you know, that Landorus, though, slower than the Mimikyu. You know, if this does go to a Game 3, which it's looking like right now, that's going to be huge. If Alex tries to go for something like Trick Room again, this Landorus, yes, it's going to have to worry about that Snorlax, but it should be able to move first and, you know, maybe stop this Mimikyu from doing more shenanigans.
Gengar goes for the third, does not get it, and the double edge is going to land onto the Landorus.
No.
That is absolutely gone. He knew that he was just going to keep trying to protect the Gengar. That was the one thing he needed to keep safe until Salamence was gone. Shadow Claw will land from Mimikyu, and Alex Gomez in a very prompt 2-0 over Alberto Lara here.
That is really interesting to me, and I think that indicates something about how that Gengar has been trained. It couldn't knock out that Salamence. It couldn't move first, so that is a slower Gengar.
That was revealed in Game 1.
It was, yeah. So just something that's, you know, really surprising to me, because you think of Gengar as being, like, you know, normally very fast and, you know, very powerful, but it really cost Alberto this game, and, you know, it's unfortunate, but that's just how the matchup worked, especially with Trick Room.
Yeah, I think Alberto really tried in, and setting up the Swords Dance on Landorus was really big. It was a really positive move, you know, even though he was down in Pokemon, managed to find a win condition that said, hey, if I can weave in attacks, if you can keep wasting attacks into protect, then we'll be in good shape. But it wasn't to be. He got 2, which was very cheeky of him, but a third was just a little bit too audacious, a little bit too much of an ask for the Gengar, and in the end, Salamence finally was able to go. It actually gave up and said, look, I know you're just going to keep protecting, so I'm just going to take out this Landorus. I can't be bothered with this anymore. Give me the Landorus, and then I'll let Mimikyu deal when your protect fails. Yeah,
you have to wonder, though, what would have happened if Alberto tried to protect that. You know, I think it was good that he was playing it safe there like that. I think that's what he needed, but sometimes, you know, those crazy plays, that would have been exciting, but...
Yeah, I mean, I think that Alex, Game 1 was a little bit rough. Wasn't the cleanest win, but a win is a win, and he took it very well. You know, he managed to get there, got to the point, and even though we didn't see all of his team, you know, we saw the Mimikyu fall a little bit short with the never-ending nightmare, not what you want to see in turn one. When game two rolled around, everything he'd learned that made that win difficult, he turned into something positive. He decided, well, never-ending nightmare's not worth it this time, so I'm going to go with something different. Yeah, the Z Destiny Bond didn't get a knockout, which is what a lot of players use it for, but it kept Snorlax safe from the roar, and that was huge.
Yeah, I really do like Alberto's team, though, and, you know, he's not out, per se. He needs to win his next round.
Yeah, he needs
to win his next round.
Yeah, he needs to just grab one more win to get over the line here. And, that's, you know, it's pretty doable. It's not completely unreasonable. So Alberto still clinging on, but Alex Gomez, your winner, I believe he's waiting for an interview down in our interview area. So, Anna, let's hear from Alex.
Hi there, I am backstage with Alex, and we've got this really good style pattern thing going on. We're kind of matching. I really like your style, man.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
I also like your play style. Tell us how you're feeling about that last match.
I didn't like how I played at all. Actually, I made a mistake with my Snorlax in the last game. I protected and I shouldn't have done that. Even if he KO'd both my Pokemon, I had Salamence and Mimikyu, and he was able to get the Swords on tap because I protected my lags. So I didn't like that, but overall, I'm quite happy.
Yeah, I mean, coming out with a win, you must be pretty happy, but being critical is pretty important to being able to succeed as you move through the tournament, right? Tell us a little bit, as people are watching you at home and trying to learn to be an even better player, how do you make sure to analyze your mistakes in a way that still gives you encouragement as you go forward?
Yeah, I always, when I practice, I try to watch my games and see what I did wrong to, improve. So. Yeah.
And you're even doing that in real time here during the tournament.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, tell us a little bit about where you stand and what you're hoping to achieve in this tournament here.
So currently I'm 7-1 and I just qualified for day 2. I would love to make top 10. Since I top